And from this filing, it looks like we won't see a transcript of this recording. We would actually be able to hear the recording. We will probably recognize the voice of this person.
Yeah, we've lost some talk.
Hi and welcome to Flawsome Talk. I'm Shashti Floor, journalist, Hollywood truth teller, and your voice of reason in a town built on delusion. There's so much delusion going on right now, you guys, and I've been reporting on some of it. And today I hope you're going to get some more answers to a lot of the things that has happened on social media lately when it comes to Taylor Swift and Blake Lively and their alleged friendship. There's also a new ruling, you guys, which is super exciting. I am really starting to actually like Judge Lyman at this point. Every ruling he's done lately is really helping Baldoni's team, and what he did yesterday is freaking amazing. Remember that recording that secretly recorded Sarowitz and the things that he said about Blake that they used against him in that filing? That recording that a woman recorded, and we are about to find out who, so stay tuned. Also yesterday, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez appeared on the same red carpet and they looked really cute together. Let's try to find out what's really going on there. Also in the news, Demi Lovato and her new face. What's going on? What's happening to these young girls doing this kind of stuff to their faces? It's so heartbreaking to me. Anyways, let's get into this ruling from the judge, first of all, because this is about to blow up. As you might remember, a few weeks ago, Blake Lively filed a motion to get Baldoni's team and the Wayfair party to pay for her attorney's fees times 3 plus punitive damages, which would be like millions of dollars. In that filing, she added some evidence to prove her point. One of those things was this recording that someone did, obviously on her behalf. And that recording was a conversation with Steve Sarowitz, which is a co-owner of Wayfair Parties, Justin Baldoni's production company. And as we know now, he's a billionaire and he's been willing to fund this whole legal feud. Anyway, so Blake Lively did what Blake Lively does, which was to cherry pick a few of these quotes from this over 30-minute long phone call or conversation. We don't know if it's face-to-face yet or if it was a phone call, whatever happened. I don't think we know that yet. But anyways, she cherry-picked a few things that she could use to feed into her narrative, as she does. And then she said to the judge that we need to keep this sealed. We need to keep the rest of this recording a secret from the world because the person who is recorded here or who did this recording wants to stay anonymous. Then Steve Sarowitz responded, or his lawyers responded to this saying, you know, we do not want this to be sealed. We want all of this to come out so people can see the whole context of this conversation. We want people to see exactly what happened here. Of course, also Steve Sarowitz knows who this person is who recorded him. And it's so obvious at this point that this person was doing this on behalf of Blake Lively. Why would you get into a conversation and press record before you start talking to someone if you're not going to use it or plan to use it against that person? And what we'll also find out when we hear this recording is if that person pushed on Steve Sarowitz to say these things. Maybe this person, who we now know also is a woman, maybe she pushed him and said, you know, this is so unfair what they've done to you. What do you think? You know, we don't know what kind of tricks she used to get him to say these things. And the reason why I'm saying I think she kind of pressured him into saying these things is because why would Sarowitz want this to be public if he had anything to hide here? So in the judge ruling yesterday, he said that this kind of motion carries a strong presumption of public access and the privacy interest claims were not compelling enough to outweigh it. So he basically said that the value of this recording to become public outweighs the value of keeping this person a secret. We also know that apparently this was recorded in California, which means that this recording is basically illegal because California is a two-consent state, meaning that both parties in a recording needs to agree that this is recorded. And of course, Steve Sarowitz did not know that he was recorded here. And from this filing, it looks like we won't see a transcript of this recording. We would actually be able to hear the recording. And then if it is some actress maybe, we will probably recognize the voice of this person. I mean, it could be Jenny Slate, it could be Isabella Ferrer, it could be some publicist. We don't know who it is, but what we do know is that this person allegedly also felt that Baldoni had been verbally abusive against her as well. And the only person that we know so far that has felt that is Jenny Slate. Without speculating any further, we will get to the bottom of this. And I think for that person now to know that this will become public, and for Blake as well, this looks so shady that she actually sent out some spy to record a conversation. This again just proves how they have created this lawsuit based on absolutely nothing. They just tried to build a case that wasn't really there. And now, as you know, we're also going to get to the bottom of that Van Zandt lawsuit. We're going to get the communication that happened before they actually filed that lawsuit to get hold of Jennifer Abel's phone. So that is major as well. We have some really, really interesting weeks and months ahead of us in this case. And I'm really starting to look at this a lot more optimistic than I did before. And we have to talk about this bracelet situation that I also spoke about yesterday. If you missed that video, you can go watch it. It's been all over the internet that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift have the same bracelet. Well, there are some more details to this that you need to know about. But before I get into that, I wanted to thank the sponsor of this video, Earthbreeze. When I first heard about this, I was like, why did no one invent this until now? Yes, one sheet will actually clean your clothes. And that's not all. I'm sure that you know that a lot of the stuff that you have at home is filled with unnecessary chemicals. And I realized that the laundry detergent that I usually use is packed with it. And that means you're walking around with these chemicals touching your skin all day long. It makes me itch just thinking about it. Earthbreeze detergent sheets are free from harsh chemicals like optical brighteners, dyes, parabens, phosphates, and preservatives. And no heavy plastic jugs, no mess, and no harsh chemical residue. Just a lightweight pre-measured sheet that dissolves so easily in your washing machine. And it gets the job done. You just throw it in, put your clothes in, and voila, your clothes comes out fresh, clean, and soft. And storing something like this, there's enough space for this anywhere, and this is 60 loads a wash. And here's something that a lot of people actually don't know, that some of these regular detergents are filled with chemicals that don't even clean your clothes. Things like optical brighteners actually stick like glue to your clothes. It's actually tricking your eyes into believing that your clothes look whiter and brighter. And if you put it under a black light, you can actually see it. It's pretty gross. With Earthbreeze, I feel so much better knowing that I don't fill up my home with unnecessary chemicals. If you want the powerful clean without the chemicals, you should try Earthbreeze. Right now, you can try Earthbreeze for 40% off plus 4 free gifts. Go to earthbreeze.com/Kersti, my name, or scan this QR code. That's earthbreeze.com/Kersti. Okay, so let's talk about this bracelet that everyone's like, oh, they have the same bracelet and this was custom made for Blake and Taylor must have borrowed it and blah, blah, blah. And on the picture, which I showed yesterday, I can't really see that this is the same bracelet. They might be in different lighting, but to me, it looks like a different bracelet. This is Lorraine Swartz, and Taylor Swift has been working with Lorraine Swartz for many, many years. She's been photographed so many times with her jewelry, and the same as Blake. And to me, it looks really strange that in the middle of this feud, Taylor Swift calls up Blake and like, hey, Blake, that bracelet that you wore, can I borrow it? No. And for these people who say that this is just a one-of-a-kind bracelet, that is a lie. Unless Blake also let Megan Thee Stallion wear this bracelet at the Oscars in 2022, because she's wearing the same bracelet as Taylor Swift in this photo. It's obvious that that is the same bracelet. So maybe they usually borrow each other's jewelry. They don't. The thing is how these things work. I'm sure Lorraine Swartz and Taylor Swift has a business deal here. It's not like, oh, can I wear that on my cover shoot? No, every detail is so well planned here, you guys. And she's probably getting a ton of money for wearing her jewelry as well. Maybe she just borrowed it. Maybe it was given to her. I don't know about those details. But these things, the jewelry that she's wearing on her cover, it's not random. Talking about that, remember that pin, by the way, that Justin Baldoni wore at the premiere of It Ends With Us? And then later, after all this drama, Brendan Sklenar wore the same pin at South by Southwest. And everyone was like, oh my God, he's secretly supporting Justin Baldoni. He's wearing the same pin. And then someone actually asked him about it. Why were you wearing that pin? It's the same pin. And he was like, I don't know, my stylist picked it out for me. Yeah, that's how these things happen. And today there is a story in the Daily Mail talking about Blake and Taylor's friendship again, because now it's gone from, oh, cancelled is about Blake. And it's like a little message to Blake that, you know, I forgive you. I never believed that, by the way. If you watched my previous videos, you see my opinion about that. I do not think this is a message from Taylor to Blake that they're still friends. I am pretty convinced that these two are never ever going to be friends again. And today, this article in the Daily Mail suggested the same thing. They actually had two different headlines for this article. It started off with "Insider reveal exactly what's happening behind the scenes with Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, ... and the humiliating condition that's a lifeline for their friendship." Then a few hours later, they changed the headline to this: "Brutal ghosting, public fallouts, and a humiliating lifeline. Backroom secrets of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively after hit new song." And now there's an insider here saying to Daily Mail exclusively, they're saying here, now multiple insider have exclusively told Daily Mail that Swift's song Cancelled is about Lively and her legal battle against former It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. That's also what I think here, that I've been very open about, that I think this song is about Blake. Some people don't agree with that. The only one who knows the truth here is Taylor herself and maybe some insiders. Who knows? The story continues to say that Taylor and Blake have reconnected and some apologies were made about her being dragged into the lawsuit. But it's no way a signal that she is supporting Blake in the ongoing case because she wants to stay out of it, one source told the Daily Mail. In the 10th track of The Life of a Showgirl, Swift appeared to offer a tentative olive branch to Lively, as the waxed poetic about sharing a bond with those in her inner circle who have also faced public scrutiny. And it continues to say, although Swift and Lively are on better terms, fans shouldn't expect the singer to publicly support the actress in her feud with Baldoni anytime soon. Taylor and Blake are on better terms, but she has made it explicitly clear that she won't endorse Blake or support her publicly. Yeah, I don't know if we got any wiser from that. I've also been investigating this like that Blake Lively left on Taylor Swift's album on her Instagram. This like made headlines and it was all about Blake supporting Taylor Swift. She didn't leave a like when she got engaged, by the way, but for her new album that she thought that maybe, like this article suggested, that Taylor was giving her an olive branch or whatever, Blake and her team probably agreed after a couple of hours meetings that she would like this post. Really interesting thing here though, because when I was looking at this yesterday, I could not find the like, and I couldn't find it today either. And then one of you guys sent me a screenshot that she had actually liked the post. And I was like, did that happen? Did she remove it then, or what happened here? And then I asked Magnus to go in and check from his phone if he could see if Blake had liked the post. And on his phone, it shows that she liked it. On my phone, it doesn't. It's so strange. I tried to go on ChatGPT to find out why this happens, if I'm kind of restricted to see whatever her activities are. I don't know if that is a feature. It doesn't seem like that's a feature on Instagram. Let me know if you can find this, like on Taylor Swift's Instagram from Blake Lively. Let me know in the comment section. It would be really interesting to see why a lot of people can't see this like, because I've seen other content creators covering this as well, and they couldn't find the like either. Also, there's been a lot of frustration out there regarding Travis Kelce's podcast, The New Heights. So yesterday, he republished on his YouTube channel this video that he and his brother, who he runs the podcast with, were reviewing Blake Lively's movie, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This video was recorded a year ago, on October 27th of last year. And then in that video, he's saying that our friend Blake Lively, and I like Blake Lively, whatever. And everyone's like, what? Why are you reposting this now? Why are you reposting an old video on your podcast channel? And it says that you like Blake. I was looking at the comments on this video and people are furious. Like, what are you doing? This is so disappointing. I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel now. And people are definitely seeing this as a sign that Travis Kelce wants to still be friends with Blake Lively, although he very publicly unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. And I thought, this is so strange. It really is strange. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I thought maybe an intern just uploaded it by mistake. And there, thank you so much for sending this to me. One of you guys sent me this. This is a message that's posted on the board of this podcast. And it says, we've got some exciting news to share with you. Starting today, Monday, October 6th, we're making all of our bonus episodes free for everyone. That's right. Heights, Hotline, Film Club, and more in the future will now be available to all of our amazing fans at no cost. A part of this change, we've decided to wind down our paid YouTube channel membership program. But don't worry, this doesn't impact the main New Heights YouTube channel. We are still bringing you the same weekly show, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to give Travis the benefit of the doubt here and say that he didn't have anything to do with this. This is the production team behind his podcast deciding to upload these old episodes again because they want them to be available for everyone. I don't know if they just took away the membership tag on it that now is available for everyone and then it looks like it's a new upload. I don't know if how that actually works on YouTube. I should have checked that before I recorded this. But I think that this is something that he didn't have anything to do with. Why on earth would they upload that? And it's a terrible episode. It's so boring to listen to them talking about this movie anyways. So there's no point. And it doesn't really have many views. It just has a lot of comments. So if you want to enjoy the comment section there, it's still open. So feel free. Also, big surprise here, I have to say, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez showed up at the same red carpet yesterday. It was for her movie Kiss of the Spider Woman, which Ben Affleck is the executive producer of. But everyone was like, is he going to show up at this carpet? As you know, their divorce have been kind of messy and they've been saying not so nice things about each other. And now they're actually showing up for each other. I was like, this is really nice. It's good to see that people can get themselves together and be respectful towards each other. It even looked like they were enjoying each other's company here. I don't know if that was just like, you know, staged for all the media that was there. But you could see also that they were a little nervous. I watched some interviews where Ben, he hates being interviewed. I met him a few times. I actually really like Ben Affleck in interviews. He's very honest and open about things. But in this interview, you could see he was never looking at the interviewer. He was just looking around and, you know, it's really like a good sign that someone doesn't want to be there. They don't want to be interviewed. But then he was saying he was so proud of Jennifer. And I thought that was really nice. And she said the same thing about him, that this movie could never be made without him. So I applaud both of them for sticking together through this and for showing like a united front. And I think it's great for the movie. Obviously, this premiere got a lot more attention because they were there together. And I also think after everything they've been through together and they can do this together, thinking about how Blake Lively just threw Justin Baldoni in the basement and couldn't be at the red carpet with him at the same time because of those ridiculous little things that she said that he had done to her. I mean, also, as I said in the beginning, I was so shocked when I saw Demi Lovato. She's at a Fashion Week event and she showed up with a new face. She's so young. She's 33 years old and she completely changed up her face. She's only 33 years old and she's doing this to her face. I think it's so tragic what's happening in Hollywood specifically right now when everyone is just changing up their faces and they all kind of morph into the same person. They got the same lips, the same eyes, the same cheekbones. And it all looks fake and they're just erasing the uniqueness of their faces. And I think it's so sad to see that some of these young girls, especially really young girls, I mean, one thing is when you look at these women that are a little older in their 50s and 60s doing things to try to look younger. But when you're 33 and you do this, it just breaks my heart. I hope she's in a good place and that she's happy with her new look. But I wish people would stop doing this to themselves. Anyways, that's it from you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and please subscribe if you haven't and all that good stuff and hype if you can. You can become a member by clicking join underneath this video. And yeah, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Flawsome Talk. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, we flawsome talk.